Hey everybody, welcome back. Mike from Spectre Comics. It is October, and like last year, I wanted to have some fun with Halloween art. Now, last year, I did a series of videos where I drew characters from the movie The Nightmare Before Christmas. That's one of my favorite Halloween movies. Love the movie, love the characters, love Tim Burton movies in general. And we drew a bunch of characters from that movie, and they did very well. And October is just a fun time of year where you can have fun with the art. So this year, I wanted to do something a little different. Still sticking to the theme of A Nightmare Before Christmas, I wanted to issue a drawing challenge. We're going to do this under the hashtag Jack Halloween Challenge. And I will be drawing as many Jack Skellington heads as I can in a 10-minute time period. So I'm going to set up a little timer at 10 minutes, ticking down to 0, and see how many I can draw. Now, if you want to join this challenge, here are the rules. So on a tablet or a piece of paper, go ahead and make a grid and lightly draw in equal sized circles across the page. I'm going to start a timer at 10 minutes and start drawing Jack Skellington heads. Now you draw as many heads as you can before the timer runs out. Again, they do not need to be perfect. They do not need to be pretty, but they do need to look like Jack Skellington. And one more rule. They can't not be the same expression. You can't just draw the same head over and over again. So go ahead and draw different faces for Jack Skellington. They can be slightly different. They don't have to be all completely different, but they need to slightly vary from one from another. Now, once you finish your challenge, go ahead and post your drawing to Instagram with the hashtag Jack Halloween Challenge, and then go ahead and comment below on how many you were able to draw on this video. You'll be able to see mine posted at Space Misadventures under the hashtag Jack Halloween Challenge as well. Now this challenge was actually harder than I thought. Even with the circle guides, the faster I drew, the sloppier and less Jack-like my heads looked. So I had to really slow it down for accuracy. Now for this video, I did speed up the footage, but that includes the timer so that you can actually see that I am letting the timer kind of guide me down to 0 so I can stop on time. Now before I started, I was quite confident that I would be able to draw a ton of Jack heads. I filled up a page with 54 circles, and then I was thinking at that time that I didn't even draw enough. And I was shocked when I completed this challenge how many heads I completed, or I should say how few I was able to complete. I think this challenge would have been easier for me if I had drawn on pencil and paper, but I would like to think that I would have been able to draw quicker with more accuracy on paper. Now obviously I drew on a tablet so that I could screen cap it for this video. Now the hashtag Jack Halloween Challenge that I thought of, I was just kind of sitting around thinking I wanted to do something fun. It was a fun idea. Limiting it to 10 minutes was a challenge for me because if you've seen any of my other drawing videos, I talk about how many hours it takes me to do some of my drawings. Now again, Jack's got a pretty simple head. You know, he's basically got just black eyes, a nose, and a mouth, and then he's got a circle head. But to get the various expressions, it's actually a little more challenging to draw the heads than it appears. So, but I did notice that under the pressure of the timer, I did lose some steam towards the end of the 10 minutes. It does add a bunch of tension to the process when you're drawing against a timer. Now, if you're like me and you hate when your drawing does not live up to your normal level of quality, it can get a little frustrating. So going ahead and drawing these, when I drew a line that I didn't want to draw, or when I did the circle wasn't quite round, I got a little frustrated. I had to go back and erase. You can speed right through this, get as many as you can down as fast as you can, but again, has to look like Jack. They have to be, if you were to put this aside by itself, each head, they should look like a Jack Skellington head, should be recognizable. Now, as I said, I did speed up the footage to make this 10-minute video or 10-minute time frame down to about a 6-minute video, just so it's kind of quicker to watch. I actually prefer the lighthearted, humorous Halloween movie as opposed to the slasher movie type. I don't really like to be disturbed and watch a bunch of killing and murder. I like the movies that actually feel atmospheric, and that's why Nightmare Before Christmas and Sleepy Hollow, and even The Corpse Bride, all done by Tim Burton, by the way, are fun to watch during these fall months. Now, the environments that these movies create are as much part of the movie as the characters themselves. And that's why Jack fell way out of place when he arrived at Christmas Town. So as I did mention earlier, Nightmare Before Christmas is one of my favorite movies. Last year we drew Jack, we drew Sally, we drew Oogie Boogie, we drew Zero, we drew Lock, Shock, and Barrel, and I wanted to get a few more in before the rest of the year. I think I'm going to go ahead and do that and draw, I think, Dr. Finkelstein and some of the other side characters in the movie, I will have links to all those other videos from last October down below, so go ahead and check it out in the description. So we're down to the final minute as we wrap up this challenge. I think I went a little too complex on the last couple of jacks I did. I could have probably got one or two more in if I had kept it simpler, but I'll just let the clock tick down and I'll join you after the beeper goes off. So
that's it.
now here are my 8. Yes, I said only 8 jack heads for the purposes of my thumbnail and Instagram. I did add a little bit of color to make it a little more interesting. Now this was a fun art challenge. I invite you to go ahead and join the challenge. Hashtag Jack Halloween Challenge. Post your drawings to Instagram under that hashtag Jack Halloween Challenge. And before you go ahead and like this video, subscribe to my channel, and don't miss the next art video, possibly another Halloween challenge. Last year we did Halloween Month of Scares. This year we're going to try something a little different, have a little more fun. I do like the challenge idea for each week through the rest of the month of October. So stay tuned for that. Subscribe to get more. Thanks again for watching. We will see you next time. Don't forget to post your jack heads to Instagram. See you next time. Bye.